There's 8 quarterbacks left in the playoffs, and you have an observation about them, Dad. What is that?
Yeah, I do. When I was in agony with the sciatica and lying on the floor, it occurred to me, look, there's 8 teams left. Look at the 8 quarterbacks. In the NFC, there are 3 surefire future Hall of Famers. You name them, Iggy.
Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and Drew Brees.
Right. I mean, they're flat out, they're all going to be in the Hall of Fame. In the AFC, we don't know. They're all too young, but they're all tremendously dynamic, unique, 3 of them, unique quarterbacks who bring something really special to the game and are elite.
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and who's the third one? Patrick Mahomes. And then the fourth one is Baker Mayfield, who was the first pick in the draft. And then on the Rams, Jared Goff was the first pick in the draft. So these guys really have serious quarterbacks.
Right. And so here's my observation. Iggy has made a case, which is very compelling, that when you pay too much to a quarterback, i.e. in Seattle, you diminish the rest of your team. I'm not talking about money. Because I think Iggy has a really good argument. I'm not talking about money. I'm just saying it's not a mistake that the 8 teams left, if you take out Mayfield and Goff, who are not at that level, and they're going to get eliminated. But 6 of the 8 teams have absolutely phenomenal quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, if you're going to be a serious team, i.e. win the Super Bowl, because that's what we're talking about, you need to have one of those, a guy like that. Now, why is this important? Because the Niners don't.
Right. I mean, what you gotta spend a first round pick on a quarterback. You're not going to find your franchise quarterback in the 3rd round, most likely. You're not going to find him as an undrafted free agent, most likely. Josh Allen was the 7th pick. Watson was the 12th. Mahomes was the 10th. Mayfield was the 1st. Aaron Rodgers was a 1st round pick. Brees was a 2nd round pick, and Brady was a 6th round pick, but those are the exceptions. The Niners have to find one of these guys. I don't know if they can find him this year. The way I look at the draft is there are no Josh Allens or Patrick Mahomes in this draft, but they're going to have to find someone that they can take in the 1st round, because if they don't, Jimmy isn't that guy. Is he, Dad?
Oh, no. In fact, in the press conference, the postmortem for the season, John Lynch, who's very articulate, said Jimmy Garoppolo has it. And he meant the X factor, the winning, what Joe Montana had. Well, if he has it, it was lowercase, not in capital letters. If he had it at any time, it has left the building.
Yeah,
he no longer has it, Iggy.
Yeah, it left on a cart along with his ACL. He doesn't have it anymore. If Russell Wilson can't get past the 1st round of the playoffs, Jimmy Garoppolo just isn't good enough. And you're right. Like the key is to get a great quarterback. Like sounds simple. It's really difficult. But the Niners could have had Patrick Mahomes. They could have had Deshaun Watson. They could have had Tom Brady. They could have had Tom Brady last year when they seemed like they were already kind of had questions about Jimmy Garoppolo, and they balked, to use a baseball metaphor. They freaking balked. So just because they keep waiting doesn't mean they can necessarily get one whenever they want. I don't know if they're going to be able to find one this year. They may have put themselves in a bad spot.
They have put themselves in a very bad spot. And again, my main point is, if you're serious about winning the Super Bowl, you have to have one of those.
Right.
And it's their own fault that they have not put themselves in position to have one of those. Jimmy Garoppolo is not one of those. Mm-hmm. Certain quarterbacks who are one of those didn't even get in. Roethlisberger, Wilson, Philip
Watson.
What? Rivers? They didn't get in. And if they didn't get in, you're not getting in. You're not going far with Jimmy in this iteration of his career. And the 49ers are fooling themselves to think, if they think that he really is. And got one other thing to say.
Go ahead.
There's a lot of stuff now about you need athletic quarterbacks. You need quarterbacks who can run around. Well, they're very helpful. They're very good. My attitude is you need a great quarterback.
There you go. Yeah.
However the hell he plays, you need a great quarterback. And Brady doesn't run around. Brady is still one hell of a quarterback. He's not what he was. Brees isn't what he was, but they've gotten past the 1st round. They're really good. So you say, well,
How?
we need a quarterback who runs around. One of these pocket quarterbacks, they're out of fashion. They don't go with my system. Change your damn system.
Yeah, make it work.
Change your system.
Yeah,
If you get one
because
of
they're
those
rare.
guys, adapt your system to him.
Right. Yeah. So the question is, we agree, you got to get a great quarterback, but the question is how. Right now, Deshaun Watson, who is 25 and looks like he could become great, it seems like he might want out of Houston, and Niner fans are thinking, do the Herschel Walker trade it all. He's a quarterback. He's worth it. I haven't noticed that any team in the playoffs right now has done a trade like that. That doesn't necessarily seem to be the key to success. So how do you get one of these quarterbacks? Again, like I said, Allen was the 7th pick. Deshaun Watson was the 12th, and Mahomes was the 10th. You don't necessarily have to trade up. You don't necessarily have to trade a million picks. Just draft a guy in the first round. And if he's Josh Allen, great. If he's only Baker Mayfield, the Browns are doing pretty well. The key is to not give him the big Mondo contract afterward. If Jimmy Garoppolo were cheap, you could win with them. But once he's making Jared Goff money, you're screwed. So I think the key is to draft a quarterback and then keep drafting quarterbacks until you get it right.
Iggy, I don't think you can be a big win with Jimmy Garoppolo anymore.
No.
Matter what his contract is. No matter what his contract is. I don't think he's good enough.
No,
they need to move on from him.
Yes. But all I'm saying is, you see what Cleveland's doing. I think it's important to remember that that's a different way of doing it, and they're not out yet. They have a very, very, very good team because they're not paying very much for their quarterback, and their quarterback is good, not great. So let's see what Cleveland does. I mean, because there are only 5 great quarterbacks in the world. Until you get one of those guys, you have to be doing something. You got to do something.
Iggy, who's a better quarterback, Mayfield or Garoppolo?
Mayfield. Cheaper, younger, better. Stronger arm.
Way better.
Stronger arm, younger, more mobile, tougher, more able to protect himself, has had fewer surgeries, better. Yes. Yep.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree. So anyway, while I've been having this sciatic, I've been lying on the floor thinking about there are 6 really, really elite quarterbacks in the final 8. And you know what? You really need them. You really need one of those. If not, you're kidding yourself.
And you know the funny thing, of all the Hall of Fame quarterbacks in the NFC that we've named, Rodgers, Brady, Breeze, they're all cheaper than Jimmy Garoppolo was this year.
Really?
All of them. All of them. That's right. So, Jimmy, I don't see how you win with that quarterback making that kind of money. He's too expensive, and he's not good enough.